You go to sleep in your apartment on a Tuesday night. Normal day. Nothing unusual. You had leftovers for dinner, watched something on your phone, fell asleep around midnight. Then you wake up. The ceiling is wrong. The room smells wrong. Heavy curtains, dark wood furniture, cold morning light cutting through the window. You sit up and your hands are different. You look at them for a long time. You get out of bed and walk to the mirror. And there he is. You open your mouth. He opens his. You step back. He steps back. You are inside the most infamous man in human history, Adolf Hitler. It is January 30th, 1933. You don't know how you know that. You just do. The way you know your own birthday. A man in a black uniform knocks and enters without waiting. He hands you a schedule. Today is the day. Today, you are sworn in as Chancellor of Germany. Your first thought is, I can stop this. All of it. The camps, the war, the 60 million dead. You are standing at the beginning of the worst chapter in human history, and you are the only person alive who knows how it ends. You think about refusing the oath, walking out, defecting. But to whom? You are Adolf Hitler. You have no allies outside this room who don't want something from this moment. And if you collapse publicly, someone else steps in. Someone who may be worse. Someone without your hesitation. The movement doesn't die with you refusing a ceremony. The movement is already alive. So you tell yourself, play along. Just for now. Buy time. Learn the machinery from the inside. Find a way to dismantle it quietly. The crowd outside is enormous. Thousands of torches. The chanting hits you in the chest like a physical thing. You stand at the window and look out at all of them, and you feel something you don't expect. Not horror, not revulsion. Something warm. Something that fills the room. You tell yourself that's just adrenaline. The first weeks are disorienting. You sit in meetings with Goebbels, with Goering, with Himmler. You know their names. You know what they will do. You know exactly which of them is dangerous and which is merely ambitious. You know more about this government than anyone sitting in it. You have every history book ever written on this period living somewhere behind your eyes. You start small. You redirect a budget allocation away from an early detention program. You lose that fight immediately. The apparatus is faster than you expected. These men don't need permission. They need the opposite. They need someone to say stop. And every time you almost say stop, one of them leans over and explains the stakes. The communists, the economy, the humiliation of Versailles, the German people who are suffering. And here is the thing nobody tells you about propaganda. It doesn't work on people who are stupid. It works on people who are desperate. And the desperation in this country in 1933 is a real, physical, breathing thing. You walk through Berlin and you see it. Unemployment lines that stretch around blocks, children who look hungry, men who look broken. You tell yourself you understand why they followed him. You tell yourself that's just context, historical empathy, necessary for your mission. 6 months in, you give a speech. You didn't mean to make it a good speech, but the words come out and the crowd reacts and something in you responds to that reaction the way a plant responds to light. You turn toward it without deciding to. The crowd believes you, completely, unconditionally. You have never been believed like that in your entire life. Not your real life, not before the mirror. You tell yourself you're using it, harnessing the attention to steer things differently. Maybe you even believe that. The first major decision comes 8 months in. There is a list on your desk. Political enemies. The night of the long knives, you know it's coming. You know the date. You know the names. You have a chance to quietly warn people, leak something, intervene. You make 2 calls. Both go nowhere. The men you warn don't believe you, or they vanish before they can act on it. The night happens anyway. You sit in your office while it unfolds, and you tell yourself your hands are clean. You tried, but you didn't really try. And somewhere underneath all the historical context and the rationalizations, you know that. A year passes, then 2. The machinery accelerates. Laws are passed. People disappear. You are at the center of it, nominally, officially, photographically. Your face is on posters. Your voice is on the radio. Children are learning your name before they learn arithmetic. You keep a list in your head of the things you've blocked, the small redirections, the quiet vetoes, the moments where the worst outcome was delayed by a day or a week. You review the list when the guilt gets too loud. It's a short list. It gets shorter every time you look at it honestly. The thing about being inside evil is that it doesn't feel like evil. It feels like Tuesday. It feels like meetings and paperwork and people wanting things from you and not enough hours in the day. The horror is abstract. It's happening somewhere else, to people you don't see, processed through bureaucrats and documents and a machinery so large no single decision feels like the decision. You understand now how ordinary people do it. You understand it from the inside. And that understanding changes you in ways you don't track until the change is already done. By 1938, you are not the same person who woke up in that bedroom. You have given speeches that moved millions. You have shaken hands with monsters and called them colleagues. You have approved things by not rejecting them. You have told yourself the story of your own good intentions so many times that the story has become the only version of events you can access. You still have the list, the things you blocked, but you've stopped reviewing it. It's too small now. The math doesn't work anymore, no matter how you do it. You sit in your office and listen to the reports, and you feel something you haven't felt in a long time. The thing you felt on the first morning. The horror. Briefly, clearly, it's back. You pick up a phone. You put it down. You pick it up again. You put it down. You tell yourself, tomorrow. Tomorrow you will act. After you are more secure. After the next crisis passes. After you have more leverage. You have been saying tomorrow for 5 years. The war begins. And now there is no more tomorrow. There is only the mechanism, turning, and you are part of it. And the weight of what you've done and not done and allowed and enabled is so vast that the mind protects itself by going quiet, by going numb, by deciding the story is too far along to change. You think sometimes about the apartment, the leftovers, the phone screen before bed, the person you were before the mirror. That person would not recognize you. That person would be horrified by you. That person thought monsters were different, thought you'd know one if you became one. You are in the bunker in April of 1945. Berlin is burning above you. The war is lost. The men around you are broken or fanatical or both. You sit at a table and you look at your hands again. The same hands from the first morning. Still wrong. Still not yours. You had 12 years. 12 years inside the most powerful position in the world. 12 years knowing exactly what was coming. And the final accounting of what you changed, what you stopped, what you redirected, almost nothing. Not because you lacked the power, because you lost the will before you ever really used it. Because the machinery rewarded compliance and punished resistance, and you were, in the end, human enough to want the reward. You think about the 60 million. You have known that number since the first morning. You have carried it like a weight you kept meaning to put down somewhere that mattered. The phone rings. It doesn't matter who it is. Nothing matters now. You look in a mirror one last time, and for the first time in 12 years, you see yourself clearly. That is the worst part. Not what you did, what you could have done.